dealing with what we call the Bezier actions. These two I just highlighted, we'll be dealing with it. We'll be dealing with them. They are not really very much like that. And majority are stuffs you've known. And so before that, let's do a little revision about the Bezier mode. This mode, once you click on it, you can move your tools, you can move it, and this one particular you can use it to work on your point. While this one you can use it to add up points to as many as you want it to. And so today we'll be talking about the Bezier actions. And so the first one, I really don't want this video to be very long, and so the first one I'll be dealing with is the rotating tool. Once you click on it, you can use it to rotate your Bezier curve to any degree you want it. You can see the degree is increasing: 180, minus 180, and plus 180. And then after you have your 90, you can have your 90 to be the middle of everything, to be at the middle. Okay, so you can have your 90 degrees to be on a straight line, like a vertical line, and so you can have it like that. And so the next one, this particular one, this particular one is to increase the length of your Bezier mode. This one is to increase the length of your Bezier mode. And so once you just click on it, you can increase the length and you can reduce the length. You can increase it, you can reduce it, and you can see it is in percentage. The highest is 400, and then the lowest is 10. The lowest length you can give it is 10%, while the highest is 400%. Wow, that's great actually. And so let's cancel this. And so the next one is the next two. The next we are moving on to is this particular one. This one in particular. So once you just click on it, you are joining the joint of what can I call it? You are joining points together. Don't forget, we dealt with in the previous video, we dealt with Bezier point polygon and point controller. So when we're talking about this point, this particular one, let me cancel it. Let me cancel it. This particular one is used to join two points together. This particular one, as you can see, look at what you're seeing. It's just like a point joining together. The icon, like the logo, I don't know how to call it, but the stuff on its own has explained what you need to know about it. So what it's telling you now is like you are joining point A, this particular point, and you are joining it with this point. So how do you join it with that? Once you just click on it, it automatically join points together. It automatically joins points together. And once you click on that particular point, it will give you another option. This particular option of undo. This particular option is what we call undo. Once you click on it, let me go back for you guys. So let me go back. Once you click on it, let me click on it. It will automatically bring an option like a tap up for you guys, which shows that you can undo it as well. Once you click on it, you can undo. Now just click on it, you have undone it. I don't know if there is a word called undone. So once you click on it, you closed the joints together, like you want to form a boundary that cannot be closed. Once you join it, okay, let me just click on this. You can see it has been joined together. We can form any shape from here. Any shape you want to form, you can form it from here. Don't forget to use your control polygon to control whatever you want to control. So you can see you can increase the opacity. Let's change the color first. You see, you can reduce the opacity to whatever you want to have it. Now at the same time, you can undo it, just like I've said earlier. You can undo it. And so hope you understand that. And so the next one, this particular one, is used to additional points, to add additional points, just like this particular one. But this particular one works from the edge, like the extreme edge of a point. If you look at it very well, look at the logo. look at the icon, the way it is, you will see that it is being drawn at the edge. Look at this, the plus is at the edge, the last edge of the point. It is at the last edge of the point. Why this particular one is not at the edge, where it is drawn somewhere around here, just at the middle, or somewhere around here, not like this one that is being put, that the icon is telling you that the point, the plus is around the edge, the ending areas. And so this particular one, you can use it to add additional points, and once you just click on it, so once you just click on it, you see it has given you another point, this particular point, another point. It has given you another one where you can continue to control. Perhaps you are working on, and there's a point you need to create, and you are done with your work. You just click on the nearest. Don't forget where the arrow is pointing. You just click on the nearest point, but pointing to the direction you want to create it. Now let's assume I want to create a point around here. Let's assume we want to create a point around here. Where is the arrow facing that particular place I painted? This arrow, right? This is the arrow facing it. Are you getting it? So once I just click on, okay, I'm coming. Let me click on it. So once I just click on it, and I clicked on this icon, it will automatically create another point for me around here. Now let's try it out, guys. So once I just click on it, you can see it has created another point. And what's the point, and why does it create a point around that place? Why not this area? Because, and the reason is because this is the arrow facing the area we want to create the point. This particular arrow is facing it. Now let's assume I want to create the point here. Where will I click on? You clicked on, okay, you clicked on this arrow because it's the arrow that is pointing to where we want to create our point, and you clicked on it. Now let me join those joints together. Now let me join. Okay, we've closed it, right? Now let's assume I want to form a sharp edge around this area, something that will look like this, a sharp edge. But I've closed it. I've closed up my circle, like I've closed up my circle. And how will I create a sharp edge when I've closed up everything? So what do? I just tapped on this point controller, this particular point controller. I just tapped on it. Once I've tapped on it, and then I'll come to the arrow, this particular arrow pointing to, this is where I want to create the edge. That particular point my arrow is pointing to, that's where I want to create the edge. And so since this particular arrow is pointing to that area, now look at this arrow. This arrow is pointing away from it. It's pointing away from it. So once I click on my point controller, I'll just tap on it. I'll just tap on that edge. Now I can click on point that icon I told you about, this particular one. I said it add a point. Once you just join it, like yeah, let's call it point, whatever. So once you just click on it, and then you just tap on it, it will create it for you. Now we can work on whatever we want to work on. We can create this sharp edge we want to create. We can create the sharp edge we want to create. Can you see what we're talking about? Now let us move it down a bit. Let's move it down now. Okay, so let's assume we want to create another sharp to the top. We just click on this, and then you move it up. Then you bring your you use your control polygon. You use your control polygon to form the shape you want to form. Initially it was just something like a circle. No, not really a perfect circle, but we've used our tools to maneuver it, and then we've created another shape. Can you see clearly now? And so this particular point I don't know what to call it, but this one, that's how it works. That's how it works, like as if you want to create another point, another joint again. The joint the joint that you've exceeded, like you mistakenly jumped, you want to create another one, so you just clicked on it and then you create your point. Don't forget you can undo as well. This is undo. So once you just click on it, you undo it. You can undo as many as possible. You just tapped on it and okay, you can undo. Okay, so this is where we are actually. Don't forget, we've talked about this particular one. We've talked about this. We use them to add joints together. From we had 2 points together from the edges to join them together to add up points to just form an acres, like something like a meaningful shape, actually a meaningful shape, not just a straight line, a meaningful shape. And then this one is used to add joints, add points, joints. Okay, let me continue using the word joint. I think the joint is okay. So this one is used to as for joints. And then the next one we'll be talking about, the next one, which is this particular one. I'm coming. Okay, so this particular one, I'm sorry guys, let me okay, so this particular one we'll be talking about, this one is the one we are talking about. Now if you take a closer look at it, you see that it looks exactly like this one. It looks exactly like this one. The plus is at the edge. The plus is at the edge. So once you click on this particular one, once you click on this, just like I've said in the last video, you use it to extend your joints. Use it to extend your joints. Now let's assume you've gone beyond your joints, like a point you've added. Now let's count the number of points I've added. Now let's count. Okay, we've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's assume I need something like 4. So what do? I will need to remove like 4, right? We've created it and I need 4. I will need to remove 4, right? So if I want to remove all the edges, what do? All the points rather, the joints. So what do? I clicked on this. I clicked on this to delete all the extension I've done, the joint extensions. This is the joint extension. So once I clicked on it and I've exceeded the number of joints I need, I'll click on this to remove the number of to remove to my taste. So let's click on it. We've removed okay, sorry. Once you click on it, we've removed 1, 2, 3, 4. Now how many points are we having? How many joints are we having left? How many joints are we having left? We are having this 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see we can this particular one is used to remove joints. We can use it to delete joints from one joint to another. Now let's I think, okay, that's the last one. Actually, that's the last one. Okay, so let's do some revisions. Let me remove the joint. Okay, so this particular one is used to rotate. Is used to rotate. Oh, sorry, edit. Is used to rotate. And then this one is used to increase the length of the Bezier curve. And then this one in particular is used to join joints. Is used to join joints together, or points. Used to join. You can call it joint, you can call it point. It's whatever you wish to call it. Nobody cares. And so don't forget, I told you guys, immediately you click on the joint joiner, whatever you call it, the joints, once the stuff that join the joints, once you click on it, it will automatically bring this particular icon, this particular tool, which is telling you that, see, the joints you've joined together, you can undo it, you can unjoin it. So once you just click on it, it will unjoin, like it will undo what you've done. And so once you click on it, automatically by default it will come with this. And then once you click on it, it will undo. And so the next one is this joint deleter or joint remover. Once you just click on it, and one thing I want to, we are having 2 joints now. This particular one we are having it, we are having 2. Are you getting that? We are having 2. And once you click on this particular one, it will delete 1 and remain 1. and the one it will remain, we will not have Bezier curve. It will be so confusing, you won't know what to do. Now let me give you an example. Once you tap on it, you see what is having left. You see what we have, just something like dot. You see what we are having left. And so what you do, you just tap on your joint extension and just tap wherever you want to tap. Can you see? You just tap again and then you have it. So this particular one is used to delete a joint. And so you just tapped on it, it will delete it for you. And so you can tap to have more. You can tap just like I've said. And so guys, we've come to the end of Bezier action, I think. And so in the next video, we'll be talking about creating a simple shape. And once we start creating simple shapes, then we start using this stroke words. Let me use another two. This particular area, we start using them, the opacity, the stroke, and wherever the stroke color, we start using them once we start creating shapes. And so just like I've said, we have in the next video, I'll be teaching you guys how to create simple shapes, and then the next one will be complex shape, how to create complex shapes. And by then, I'm sure you guys would have understand how to do any shape with your Bezier tool. And so guys, I hope you really understand this class. Just like I've promised, I won't make it a long video. And so guys, do well to communicate with me on my private chat. You just message me. Is there anything you don't understand? You just drop a message for me. And is there anything I'm missing, and is there anything you guys really is not clear to you guys, you can just message me. And so before we go, let's do little revisions. That's part of me, that's what I do best. And so Bezier actions. These are Bezier actions. And so the first one, you use it to rotate. Once you're in that mode, you can do whatever you want to do as well. But since that's the command you give to it, okay, first let me explain this for you guys. Thank God I've not stopped the video. Once you are in Bezier mode, any action that you clicked on is still valid. But once you can still and then you are still working on the Bezier actions, you are still working on it, you see. And then okay, let me click on it. Don't forget, we are still, look at the Bezier mode. We are in the point extension, right? And then I want to rotate. So once I just click on it, and then once I click on the rotate, you can see. And at the same time, I can add point too. I can add my point. Can you see that? Now let us click on this particular move. You can still rotate. I can still move, and I can still rotate. Once my Bezier mode is in rotate, I can't do the function of I can't perform the function of joint extension again, because I am now in I am now in movement, like all this rotation movement Bezier mode. So once I just click I can only move, and at the same time I can increase the length, just the Bezier action. I can add joints, and I can undo. I can remove joints. As well. And so you can click on this joint editor, and then you just once you are in, you can just and once you are in any Bezier action, you can start editing. Don't forget, we are still in the Bezier actions. We are just trying to increase the length, but we are still working. So if you are on any Bezier mode, any action you are performing, the Bezier mode is still valid. So that's what I want you guys to understand. And so let's go again. We have this rotate, we have this increased length or reduced length, and then we have this joint joiner, and then undo. Don't forget, once you click on it, automatically it will come with the undo, the join undo. And so you can add another point to the middle. Don't forget, consider the arrow where the arrow is pointing to. And then the next one is what you can use it to remove joint. You can use it to remove the joint. This is performing the opposite of this. This one is performing the opposite action of this. This is just like the front and back, just the word and opposite. What they do, this and this are doing the opposite. These are doing the opposite. So once you just clicked on this, you want to add point, but once you click on this, that means you are removing the point. And so hope you guys really understand everything. And so in the next video, we'll be creating simple shapes. And so guys,